right. Let's get it 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 right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Part 2. Let's get into this here.
The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something that the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
I really find it kind of crazy how people get distracted so easily, bro. All they needed was a Super Bowl and a Bad Bunny performance, and now the whole Jeffrey and Epstein situation just got swept under the rug, bro. But let's bring it back to light, because in today's video, I came across a leaked interview of Jeffrey Epstein right before his federal arrest in July 2019. Now, the topics in this video are absolutely insane. And the only reason why I came across this particular interview is because I came across a TikTok where this man was basically exposing how this interview right here reveals just how much of a sociopath and a narcissist Jeffrey Epstein actually is. And that's the reason why I'm so curious to see what the context of this interview was. Now, there's 2 main talking points that I want to get into. The interviewer asked him, how did you get on the board of Rockefeller? Now, for anybody who knows about the Illuminati or the elites or the families that run the world, there's really only like 3 or 4 families that run the world, and the Rockefeller family is one of them. That's who Jeffrey Epstein is connected with. So I'm curious to know the answer to this. How did he get on the board of Rockefeller? Not only that, there's a bunch of different topics of conversation that are had throughout this entire interview. But at the very end of the interview, they have a discussion about the devil himself. Now, I really don't know what to expect from this video. This is my first time actually opening up and putting it on screen. And it's gonna be a shock to what we hear together, all right? But make sure you guys do leave a like on this video, because every single time this video gets liked or shared, it puts it back into the algorithm. They don't want this topic of conversation to be front page anymore. That's the reason why they place distractions like the Super Bowl performance and other news articles so that people forget about this. Notice how there haven't been any raids, any arrests, any public scrutiny for any of the politicians, celebrities, or any other public officials who have been exposed. There is legitimate evidence now. There's no more speculation. There's no more conspiracy theories. There are people's names in the emails and documentation for being on that island and doing the cruel things that everyone was speculating in the past. So every single time we allow something like this to get swept under the rug, it's almost like it's our fault. Leave a like on this video. Get this to more people so that more people start realizing that they need to be held responsible for the shit that they do too, bro. But let's get into today's video, man.
How did a schmuck like you get on the board of Rockefeller? What year was that?
I don't remember. I think 89 and 91.
So that's one of the most prestigious research places in the world, correct?
Yes.
Okay, how did a guy like you get on the board of a blue blood, internationally known, hard research, Nobel Prize winners all over the place?
Great question, bro.
A guy like you, a trader from, or basically some guy from Bear Stearns?
Good question. So I was asked to be on the board of Rockefeller. I think it was, I was on the board of Rockefeller. There was a money manager who said, Rockefeller needs someone with financial expertise because the university is growing and there's lots of new things. You have to, again, we go back to the original discussion the last time. Up until the mid-'80s or sort of early mid-'70s, the most important thing was your name.
All right, guys, so this month I'm going to be helping 10 people start their online business completely.
You knew who your family was, what was your character. And then in the mid-'70s, basically, if you remember, you probably had a calculator. It was very advanced in those days to have a Texas Instrument calculator, where it could, by putting in the numbers, it would multiply for you to do square roots. And that was the first thing. Everyone who had a calculator was already advanced on Wall Street. A simple almost like your accountant. The most important parts of business were really now going to calculations. So it's not only mathematics, but it's things that could be calculated. Reputation couldn't be calculated. I could give you a 10 on a reputation scale, an 8. What does it mean to have a measurement of your reputation? We'll get to that later. But places like Rockefeller needed someone to say, look, we're entering a different world where numbers and the numbers of companies, portfolio management was going to be balanced. It was going to be statistical. Jeffrey, could you come on the board? Potentially sit on the finance committee. Nancy Kissinger and a bunch of other people. And David Rockefeller and I got along very well. He was this unbelievable human being. Respectful to everyone.
Okay, let's get right. Let's act like we know what's going on. You know you in here with your boy Dilla T. My fam. You know what this is. Don't act like you don't. You know this is No Filters. Hit that like button. Double tap the screen. Listen to me, man. I tell y'all a lot to do that. I shouldn't have to tell you that today. You know what I'm saying? This is an automatic double tap the screen. Get your juice and your arm and connect your finger to your body and release the double tap, fam. You feel me? Because I occasionally say that, but I need my fam to come off in here and be like, listen, make sure we double tap that screen. Don't play with us. Listen, you heard what he said. See, what you're listening to is Jeffrey Epstein, last interview before he was locked up, okay? And in this interview, he's talking about the biggest secrets and jewels that he has been involved in on everything. Y'all root right in both of your eyes. Damn it. Ah. You understand? So he's talking about Rockefeller, people he's been involved in, how he's gotten involved. And then what's funny is he's talking about Trilateral Commission. See, for anybody to come out of their mouth to know what the Trilateral Commission is, you really understand your position when you understand that. And he has no problem opening his mouth saying that. So what we have to do is understand what he is about to be saying in here is nothing but him. This is Epstein with you and against you. Let me say that again for the people in the back. This is Epstein with you and against you, because he's explaining how he was with these people, and then he's explaining the system and how he's against these people. So you can literally hear both sides of it. But what the biggest thing that you're getting is the secrets. You're getting the mind of a menace. You're getting the mind of a man that was in a position, he was the closest to any president, any world leader, any prime minister, anybody in power that mattered. This man right here was next to him. How? We don't know. Why? We don't know again. Who put him in position? We don't know. It's just, how did this man end up in those rooms? That's the question. That's the conversation. That's the reality of it. You already know you in here with your boy Dilla T. My fam, you know there's no filters. Don't forget the Cash App. Don't forget the raffle. You already know one woman, one man gonna win it. One woman, one man gonna win it again. It's all the way like that. Shout out to Lori. And shout out to Demi Hill being the winners of coming in 2026. First raffle winners coming in, No Filters. That's how we coming. That's how we going. As you can see, fam, the swag has switched. As you can see, fam, the area has changed. As you can see, fam, we had some technical difficulties yesterday, but we ready, loud, and clear. Press 1 if you see me clear. Press 1 if you hear me clear. Press 1 if you're with me. Huh? We just gonna get a look, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how we going, you know. You kind of see what the level is, you know. It's just on some, you know what I'm saying, real quick. You know what I'm saying? We just finna real quick, you know what I'm saying? Just on some real quick, you feel me? Yeah, I know, but I need to know y'all really with me, fam, because you see the setup, it ain't really set up, but it's up. So we set, but we ain't set up. We set, but we ain't set. So you see how the culture changing, fam. We got the raffle. Somebody gonna go live with me on that couch. Somebody gonna go live with me on that couch. Are you ready? Will it be you? That's the real love it. So you see the makeover is in charge. You see the makeover is in gear. You see the makeover is ready for you and me and my fam right here with you. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Don't be scared. Why? Because we cooking.
Introduced his driver as his colleague, not his driver. He would never say, this is my driver. He said, it's my colleague. And David started to explain to me world politics. So David would say, Jeffrey, money is going to be sort of the most important things. People don't understand money. You seem to have this knack for money. I said to David, tell me about your life. What was the worst and the best part of your life?
Okay.
So David said, when I grew up, everyone knew I was a Rockefeller. They didn't know that my father told me he would not leave me a dime. No money. But every time we went out to eat, me and my 5 friends in school, they would leave me the bill. They would expect me to pick up the check because I was a Rockefeller. And he said, I was chairman of Chase Bank. And he said, I remember like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine said, David, please fire yourself. So he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said,
Did this man? I didn't say it. He did. He created a community that ran the world. Let's run it back. I didn't say it. He did.
The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 30 years old, 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history. And they asked me to fill in what I would like to have written. And I wrote Jeffrey Epstein, comma, just a good kid, which I thought was funny, nobody else did.
Man just casually just told us that he was a part of the whole New World Order and then made a joke at the end of it, bro. What is this? Yeah, let's just grab the most powerful, most influential people of every continent of the world, the 3 main continents. Let's grab the most powerful, influential people and bring them to one committee. Let's run the world. Yeah, hey, Jeffrey, you wanna come run the world with us? Yeah, sure, why not? I would love to run the world with you guys. Hey, Bill, how are you? Let's run the world together. David, how are you? Mr. Wang, how's everything going? Let's go run the world this weekend. Obviously, I'm joking. I'm being a little, Let's continue.
So answer to your question, at that time I recognized around the world that monies and currencies were not really well understood. But again, it was only numbers. So numbers, and I'll get to the fact that it was bad thinking. Numbers are very good.
Are most people that you meet, even on Trilateral Commission, when you meet most people, do you find most leaders financially illiterate, economically illiterate?
A little within in the building. Theo in the building.
Bro, check out the size of your brain.
Most political leaders don't come out of a background of finance. Most political leaders come out of a background of being popular. So in some of the countries, in some of the African countries, for example, they might have been a military person. They were a general. In some of the African countries, they might have been a disc jockey. Or in our country, they would have been an actor. The knowledge of money they don't have expertise, they have no degrees in finance. They really, and this is one of the major problems, their expertise, if they have any financial knowledge, is of their own checking account or bank account and filling in their own taxes. So many world leaders who don't really have a financial underpinning make fundamental errors when it comes to money on a country or institutional level. Let me give you an example. If you, Mr. Bannon, if I said your assets increased last year, you'd say, that sounds pretty good. And I said, what does that mean to you? You'd say, well, I have more money. I guess I'm wealthier. I'd say, yes. And if your debt increased, would you feel wealthier or poorer? You'd say, well, I don't want to have increased debt. I don't like the idea of that sound, increased debt. Now, that and world leaders understand when their assets go up, they feel better. However, institutions like banks, things that people don't really understand are financial underpinnings of banks. When I say your bank, Mr. Bannon, you have the Bannon Bank, you doubled your assets. Sounds good, but what does it really mean? It means people owe you more money. You don't have any more money. What? Yeah. A bank's assets are how much it is owed by...
This is actually really good financial information. I actually take notes. I actually listen. Aside from everything else, this is financial literacy. Listen to this.
Other people. That's crazy. So if the bank goes from $2 billion of assets to $10 billion, it means people owe it an additional $8 billion, but their assets have gone up. So the terminology of assets and liabilities is different for banks. It's not natural. And what most people, and you ask questions about...
This is one thing, real quick. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Notification bells on all. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Notification bells on all. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. See what you're learning right now from the wicked is financial literacy. See, see, this is the difference between financial literacy and a brokerage account. Somebody ain't heard me the right way. I just try to break that down for you. It's a difference between financial literacy and a brokerage account. See, the brokerage account, see, now we're getting into lessons learned. And see, now you got to be a member for you to get those type of lessons in the members only. Because we finna start creating that for members only. As a member, you're going to get explicit content and exquisite content and exclusive content. Explicit, exquisite, exclusive content. Somebody write that down for me. Explicit, exquisite, exclusive content for the members only. You're going to learn, you're going to see, and you're going to enjoy yourself as well. That's the point about explicit, exquisite, and exclusive content being a member here at No Filters. That is going on because brokerage account allows you to start looking at your assets. Shout out to a love within in the building. That's a big deal because your assets always will keep you in a place when finances are gone. You know, you want to go open up something, then they ask you what you got. Then they look at your credit. It ain't just about your credit. a brokerage account will change your life. That'll keep you in play. And then you start talking about, oh yeah, that's when you start talking about see, if I start talking about those type of terms, you definitely gonna have to be a member. Because if we start speaking about, you know, like Charles Schwab, you know, with these accounts, things like that, it play a big role. But I think people don't understand shares. People don't really understand shares. They understand, they want to understand, but they really don't understand shares. Shout out to Cream Shay in the building. They want to understand, but they don't really know, but they want to understand. So again, this is what he's talking about, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, when we're talking about the 1%, he's giving you game. Now, we hate this man for what he did and what he allegedly was told he done. What we all have seen. But when I tell you that he's helping and hurting, that's what he did. Because he giving you the game, but yet he took the game, ran with it, and started doing the worst and disgusting things. So it made you look at him as a person as just sick. And now you don't even want to hear him because his name is Jeffrey Epstein. But the crazy part about Jeffrey Epstein, he came in the game, bruh. He came in the game to take over it and annihilate it. So when I say he came in to help and hurt, he came in helping himself, but then he's trying to hurt people. He found himself in positions of power, but yet when you found out what he did with his power, it's a difference. That's the conversation. It ain't about the fact of what is how and when. And then it plays a role in knowing that he had education, because think about it. The man was smart to get in the position he got in. No, let's not act like he wasn't. No. Let's not act like he wasn't. The man was smart to be in the position he got in. The difference is that he wanted to discredit people. He wanted to have power. He wanted to have a certain level of power over powerful people. See, that's a difference. Let me say that again. The man wanted power over powerful people. So he was after something different. Even though he had an understanding of financial literacy, the 1% knowledge of how to be in the 1%, right? He still was after something else. He still wanted more. He wanted the dignity of people. He wanted for people to look at him as God, as I am the Omega, as I am the Alpha. Because at the end of the day, if you got all this power and you right next to Rockefeller telling you he created Trilateral Commission, what more power do you need, brother? So that's how you know he was in it for something deeper, because he was literally right. He was eating. Listen, man, he's smoking a blunt with Rockefeller. So if he can do that, what else you need? Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate you. That's my family. I love you so much for that. But that's what I'm talking about. This is how you know the greed, the lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, pride of life. The guilt of a person. The fact that he wanted to be more, knowing he already had so much and still wanted more. I mean, what reign do you need when you're reigning over people? Your reign is as exclusive and as big as how they was back in the day when they had to take over kingdoms. Like Game of Thrones, when they had to take over kingdoms, your reign mattered. But see, that's the difference with this man. He don't care about his reign. He reigned. He created a whole island and reigned for years. He was after humiliation. He was after spirits. He was after spiritual warfare. He was after something deeper. Because what is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul in the end, but yet see the whole world in his hands, and yet you still want something deeper than that? Oh, I feel for you when you still don't have all and you still have the world. What is more that what more can you have when you have the world? So that's how you know the man created an island, Theo, Chris. Listen to me. The man created an island that tell you how much of the world he wanted and still more. He wanted to rule, reign. You can't rule and reign and your name Jeffrey Epstein and you are not a prime minister, a god, you're not a world leader, you're not a president. You don't run nothing. You just came in as the homie and got close to the other homies and became the homie. That's what he did. So it almost makes you feel like he's snitching in this interview because of what he's saying now, because why? He became the homie, now he became the big homie. So that's when you got to look at things and say, hold up. Even him becoming what he became, like Cain just said, oh, but God. Because at the end of the day, you still can only reign so much as a human being. If God don't give you that, you will not do it. You can create positions, levels. You may even have a season. Let me say that. That's a real thing. You may even have a season of reign. Oh, but God. Because that season might only be your first and last. You will never even know what those lights, camera, action really is. Because the realness of it is that you yet have to see that because you want more than the world that you already have, you will never be satisfied. Man had a whole island. He need to be. I smack his. The man had an island. If you have an island, that's okay. So just give me North America, pretty much. And you still want more? You will never fulfill the feeling. Ooh, let me say that again for somebody stupid in the back. You will never fulfill the feeling. Put that on a shirt, Chris. You will never fulfill the feeling. You don't know what it takes. You don't know how much it takes. You don't know what goes into it. You will never fulfill the feeling if it's gained of the world. Why? Because the world continues to change. The world continues to reset. The world continues to refresh. You will never gain satisfaction. That's why I used to tell my brother, I'd be like, man, somebody got to do something for us to be more than what we is. Somebody got to do something for us to feel good. Somebody got to do something for my mama to eat better. Why? Because it's a temporary time. But I said, somebody got to do something to do it. It's not that we will be fulfilled. It's just we feeling the feeling. And let me put them words right for you. We will not be fulfilled. We just feeling the feeling. We are filling in the feeling. We are not fulfilling because you never will. But we are filling in the feelings. We are not fulfilling. We are filling in the feelings as we are here. But yet, even if things are built on lies, evil, and destruction, there's a lesson in that fall. Shout out to Theo. There's a lesson in that fall. Because yet God let you gain it all. Let me say that again. Theo. Yet God allowed you to gain it all. There's a lesson in that fall. You better write that down, Prince. Yet God allowed you to gain it all. It's a lesson in that fall. You better hear me. Because yet you believe it or not, why would you be able to even gain it? Why would you even be able to absorb it? Why would you even be able to have a position to even find a way to get it all? Why would the doors be open for you? It's a lesson in that fall. And I hate to say it, Lord, because it hurt so bad, but it's a lesson in it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's real. We saving lives tonight. It's a lesson in that fall. Tell your mate, tell your partner, whoever you're next to, whoever around you, it's a lesson in your fall. Huh? Monique in the building. Double tap that screen right now. I don't care who you is. Somebody learning something. We saving somebody's life. It's a lesson in your fall. Because think about Epstein. What did we learn? What did he learn in his fall? There's a lesson in his fall. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Somebody gonna breathe tonight. Somebody coming in here. Somebody feels something in here for real because it's really like that. You see the cash app, you see the love, you see the super, you see the support. It's a lesson in your fall, fam. And it's sad because we can still learn so much from even the sick. Let me say that again. We can still learn so much from even the sick. And this man is sick and corrupt. But yet we are listening to financial literacy free you for the 1%. The only difference is there's a difference in credibility. It's a difference in credibility and financial literacy. It's a difference. It's a difference. You better hear me today. You better hear me tonight. Hit that like button, double tap. It's a difference in credibility and financial literacy. You will start understanding credibility will take you farther than any finances you got, any wealth you stand on. Your name can make you live credible the rest of your life without finances. That's credibility. Somebody has to rely on you. That's credibility. You can walk into a building and don't touch nothing, and yet you did everything. That's credibility. That's a name. See, what I've learned in my life is that I want to pay for it. Why? I want to pay for it because I have control over what I paid for. Woo! Everybody want to get something for free. Everybody want this and that. Everybody want this to do. No, hear me tonight. I'm going to pay for it because I own it. I'm going to pay for it because I got say-so about it. I'm going to pay for my voice in the damn room. I'm going to pay for my voice in this room. Shout out to Theo with the $5 donation in the super chat. I see your family said it's a lesson in that fall. Some learn that lesson and become better. Some don't learn and become bitter. Bruh, real life is a lesson in it because that's how we coming. Shout out to Theo. You better hear me. I want to pay for it because I want to have say-so in it. I figured, tell somebody you going through something for me. I'm going through something for you. Don't forget. Tell them right now because I'm about to hit you with something. It's a reason why I got to pay for everything because I got to have say in what I'm doing. I got to have a voice. You can't tell. Listen to me. Somebody gave it to you. They can take it back. Woo! I gave it to you. I can take it back. But if I paid for it, fam, hold up, that's my receipt. That's mine. I got voice over there. You can't tell me what to do or not. You can't take nothing from me that I bought. You can't hold on to nothing that's mine. And you definitely can't keep me from what's ordained. Tell somebody I got a voice, I paid for my voice. You better tell your partner, tell your fam, I paid for my voice in this room. See, I didn't ask to be here. I paid to be in here. That means I got... You can't tell me. You can't take nothing back that you gave me, fam. What we doing? But to tell somebody I'm going through something for you, you're going through something for me. Huh? Better tell somebody that right now. It's a lesson in that fall. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's keep Let's keep learning the lesson in Epstein's fall. Because the lesson, see, do you see this? He teaching lessons as he's falling. Think about this. He was falling and we didn't even know it. Press 1 if you hear me right now. This man was falling and talking about the lesson. So you better hear me today when I'm talking it to you. We here to save your life. This man was falling and talking about his lessons. Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. Yes or no, am I lying? I'm sitting there telling you what we got to do. But yet this creep, this sick individual, set up and was falling and telling us his lessons as he's falling. Tell somebody it's a lesson in your fall. It's a lesson in your fall. We appreciate the ducks. We invite the ducks to come in. We got duck hunters in there. Everybody locked and loaded. We ready for quackers. I'm trying to tell you tonight, you want to play with us. You just a movie to me. You turn off your phone and TV, you immediately disappear. NEIL4J. You got kids? Talking to me with that mouth, with that mess of a mouth. You got kids? If you was in my city, my little ones will tune you up right now like a different song. You hear me? You don't even know who you dealing with right now, fam, when you talking to me in my house. If you was in my city, my little ones will tune you up right now, boy. You wouldn't make it back home. And if we coming into your house, Jesus. Watch your mouth, man. You tempt me when you talking like that. It's a reason why we learning our lessons in our falls. Why? Is it a learned lesson? So we don't fall again. Let me say that again. It's a reason why we learn the lessons from our falls. Why? So we don't fall again. Why? So we tell our kids, I went through it for you. You ain't got to go through it. Now come sit your ass down right here and chill out. Hit that like button right now. Double tap that screen. Subscribe. It's a free. Subscribe. It's for free. Subscribe. It's for free. Why? Because we cooking.
About world leaders. There's many people, I think your old boss Mercer understood. There's a fundamental part of money.
I got ashy knuckles, DJ Fusion Gaming, because I work, stupid. These are man hands, boy. What you talking about? The level of work I do, and then I pull up on my fam at night. What you talking about, boy? You better be glad I put grease on these on GP. But these hands right here, boy, what you talking about? You want to see some scars? I can show you the splits down fingers. Don't play with me out here. What you talking about? Pull up, leave you in the basement. My youngins will peel your nails and your toenails off of you and hear you torture as a song and we'll put your hollering on the ad lib in the record. You better shut your mouth, G. You dealing with the wrong one. I appreciate it, DJ. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. I'm a word. Tonight. You hear me, Chris? Ducks, I ain't playing with them. I really want to find them for real and go duck hunting for real. Because I ain't that. It ain't nothing but a call. And even if it ain't a call, I really handle it myself. But people don't want me to handle things because I got a lot going. You see, I'm going to tell you something right now, man. I've always handled my business. You hear me? You hear me, Chris? Hear me, Theo? No, hear me, Chris. No, hear me, Theo. I've always handled my business, partner. That work, yeah. But I got folk that's like, hold up, dog, don't do that. Because you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't do that. No, go sit down. Let me do that. No, let me put my life on the line. Because you out here really getting it because you trying to save all of our lives. See, when people recognize that you trying to save everybody's life, hear me today, let me say it again. Woo! When people recognize you trying to save everybody's life, they'll save your life. Because they understand the value in this. You know how many people that don't do that? Don't play with me. It's a lesson in the fall. As this dude, as this duck on her falling, y'all learning his lesson. Don't fuck with me. That's the lesson. He learning the lesson. Excuse my language. Let's keep going. Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
Which is called fractionalized banking. And fractionalized banking is something, there's a fundamental part of money, which is called fractionalized banking. You ask questions about world leaders. There's many people, I think your old boss Mercer understood. There's a fundamental part of money, which is called fractionalized banking. And fractionalized banking is something that finance people understand, and the people on the street, and when I say people on the street, that's where I was when I started on Wall Street, would find it impossible to believe. Impossible. Why?
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
I have seen extraterrestrials face to face.
Banning.
All right, I'm gonna pause this here.
Impossible. Why? Banning.
All right, I'm gonna pause this here. Low key, I'm going to walk back to this video and study some money and currencies and then fractionalized banking. That's just me. You guys can do what you want to do. The video is right here. Jeffrey Epstein with Steve Bannon, full league interview, okay? But the part that I really want to make you, really want to hop into with you guys is going to be down here where it speaks about, because all of this is finance related, all of this is money related. He speaks a little bit about like the black community, things like that. But he starts speaking about human life, when life starts. What do you mean by soul? Like, these are things, these are topics of conversation that show you how he feels in regard to human life, how he feels in regard to you, in regard to me, in regard to Stephanie down the street. This is his perception on how he feels about this topic of conversation. Now, I want to focus specifically on this, the devil himself. The reason why I want to focus on this is because it's very short. It's only about 1.5 minutes long. But at the same time, it also gives a perspective on his belief system, which to me, a man has only a few things: his word, his morals, and the things that he believes in. All right. So this is going to be speaking volumes to who he is as a person.
I don't care. I want the money for my children.
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
If you told them, the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself
said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
It's a serious question.
Sorry. No, but your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
Said you told them. Everyone said I want.
I'm backing it up. So I don't know where that came from.
Tier 1's from a, what are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Was tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
If you told them, the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody knows.
What?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No,
the devil scares me.
Satan is the
devil scares me. Bro, isn't it crazy? Aren't you supposed to fear God? Right? That's like what the whole belief system is based on. Fear of the Lord. The devil doesn't scare me. I mean, you let me know, does the devil scare you? The devil doesn't scare me. Only thing I'm scared of is God. The only thing I fear is the Lord. I think everybody understands that there's a concept between you and fear of God. The fact that he said that can only lead me to believe that the person that he is fearful of is the devil. Why? Because that is the person who has control over him. Understand, what you fear controls you. 80-90% of the time. 80 to 90% of the time, what you fear controls you. The fact that he said that the devil scares him makes me believe that the devil controls him.
The number 1 or 2 archangel. And the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay? We have to go.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We have to go. Look, y'all. Very, very interesting topics of conversation throughout this entire interview. I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very interesting. All right. If you guys want the access to the full video, then obviously this is the full video right here. If you guys want me to react to more of this video with you guys, then let me know in the comments down below. And if you did make it up to this part of the video, I want you to let me know in the comments down below right now. The key word is going to be addicted. If you made it up to this part of the video, let me know in the comments down below right now. Keyword addicted. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Don't wait for me to say it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Don't wait for me to say it, fam. My members, fam, my fam in here, let fam know, hit that like button, double tap that screen, notifications on all. Don't do nothing else. Now, we are here, and now we see what extra is going on as well. Now,
that were the subject of the criminal charge. Isn't it true that you kept a calendar or schedule? Okay, check.
One off the video record at 1:05 p.m.
A love within. Did you hit that like button? Did you subscribe? Did you get you something to eat, something to drink? Did you get something to smoke if that's what you do? You already know what it is, cat in the building.
In the 90s, the plot of Eyes Wide Shut was seen as ridiculously unbelievable. To most, the idea of powerful elite belonging to a shadowy group, meeting in mansions, and participating in dark exclusive gatherings seemed like total insanity. Critics hated it, and the audience were left confused. But in 2026, things look a lot different. We no longer see this as the deranged thoughts of a director gone mad. We see it for what it really was, a vivid final warning that Stanley Kubrick died trying to deliver. This entire time, Eyes Wide Shut was trying to warn you about the truth of our world. And today, I'm going to reveal that exact warning. Eyes Wide Shut follows the story of Dr. Bill Harford, who while looking for an escape in New York City, ends up unknowingly infiltrating a private event for the global elite. Immediately he realizes he's seen a hidden side of society that was never meant for public eyes. Everyone is hidden behind elaborate masks and black cloaks, participating in a strange eerie ceremony before things got wild. As Bill makes his way through the mansion, he realizes this isn't the harmless thrill he expected. He had stumbled upon something seriously wicked. Eventually, he's discovered as an outsider, and before he can pay the ultimate price with his life, a strange woman offered her life in place of his. He's eventually let go, but under orders to stay silent or else. After he leaves, he realizes that for him to live, others disappeared. Back in 1999, no one took this narrative seriously. The legendary Stanley Kubrick was dismissed, and his final masterpiece was seen as a slow, confusing disaster. People simply couldn't buy into the idea that this world existed behind the scenes, that events like this were actually taking place. But the more you look into the film's details in 2026, the more you realize this wasn't just a movie. It was clearly a warning. Eyes wide shut.
My fault, Lori. You know who you is, Lori. So the guy that made this movie, he has a lot to do with a situation that occurred, and I thought he passed away. Okay, so let's get right. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We should be at 50 likes right now. We should be at 50 likes right now. Tell everybody right now, fam, 50 likes. Kane, put a picture on you, fam. Upload you a picture, because you supposed to be fam at this point. You eating blueberries, you eating healthy, all that good. We need to know who you eat, how you coming, how you going. Lori, listen to me. The guy that did this thing here, and it was different. So I had to figure that out too. And I was like, that wasn't gonna work. That wasn't gonna work. So, what's a love within? Okay, so what's going on behind me with these right here, fam? When I came in, they put up fam here. We had Martin Luther King, and then we got Obama and them over there. You feel what I'm saying? And the funny part about these pictures is that it's funny how he said, I have a dream, and one day, the sons and daughters of white men and black children will be able to play together. And then you think about it for a second, and you're like, okay, well, this black man had a dream about a black man being in play, and both of these men was connected. Funny. So in my lifetime, I said, wow, if you could just take those years and then add them to the new years, it's just funny how they chose, and you can see who was elected. You get what I'm saying? So I think for me, it was different because Martin Luther King was like, yo, no, I had a dream. And then different, it's like black president. You would have never thought you'd even seen a black president. Matter of fact, even knowing that we know how it's rigged up, you would have never think they would have rigged it up and threw a black president in it. Now, let's be real. You could have thought of a black woman. But in my mind, the script, I didn't think they would have ever said, okay, so we're going to do Clinton, and then we're going to go with Biden, and then we're going to go with, let me think, we're going to go with George Bush. And then, we just do a brown guy in there? You want to do a brown guy? Okay, let's just do a brown guy. What about black? Let's do a black guy. We're not black. Well, let's do a brown guy. Well, a brown guy represents black, so yeah. So let's do a brown guy. Okay, let me think. We got Al Sharpton. We got Michael Jackson. No, we got... We need Barack. We need somebody named Barack. Yeah, let's get a guy named Barack. And then how about Obama on the back? Yeah, let's get Barack. He's out of Illinois. Yeah, he's a senator in Illinois. Yeah, that black guy. Yeah, let's use him. He's sort of borderline. Yeah. That's exactly what happened, fam. So then they put fam in there like, yeah, we got him in there now. Yeah, we got him. Okay, great. So history says it was Martin Luther King and then it was Barack Obama. It's crazy how that happened, but that's what it is, fam. Okay, how do you feel about the Mike Tyson and Mayweather fight coming up April 25th? Mike Tyson and Mayweather, two names trying to keep it going, two black brothers trying to still live. They still getting money, they living, they breathing, they doing that better than they want us not to be doing. But at the end of the day, Savage in the building. They still here. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's get an understanding of what's real. Don't forget, it's a lesson in your fall. Don't forget, you're going through something for me. I'm going through something for you. Hit that light screen, double tap that. This movie here, Eyes Wide Shut, was so serious because think about these producers. Think about the people of Simpsons, the cartoon Simpsons. How many Simpsons episode has predicted the future? But then when you think about it, they find out that the producers and directors of the Simpsons, and producers and directors of movies like this, producers and directors of movies that have to do with influence of dark-sided people. These people are in like Epstein type of files. These people are in like bohemian clubs. These people are, we can talk. We can bring up some names. But I'm just trying to tell you, these people, hit that like button, double tap that screen. We should be at 50 likes. But the point I'm saying is that these people know what they doing. And just like you just brought up Michael Jordan, Chris, I seen that. But as well as I seen that, I knew what they was doing. Michael Jordan has a lawsuit against NASCAR. Let me say that again. Michael Jordan has a lawsuit against NASCAR. So anything that you see going on in that manner and in that way, that's what's going on. So that's why you need to know what's going on deeper. So in this movie here, Eyes Wide Shut, they got Tom Cruise and old girl. Tom Cruise is basically, fam, you can't come up with this type of prediction, this type of movie, this type of script, unless you have done this and you have seen this. See, walk with me right quick, fam. Let's walk. We be seeing movies, we be seeing certain stuff, we be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Avengers, okay, wow, Batman and Robin, oh shoot, wow, Fantastic Four, wow, Avengers, everybody fighting, all of this. We see all of that and be like, okay, cool. And then we see Eyes Wide Shut. And it's like, hold on, fam. What's up with this? And then they use the people like Tom Cruise. Let me say that. People like Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, them two names, upper echelon. So you know if they in the movie, it must mean something. It ain't even got to be no extracurriculum, this, that, or the other. Them two names alone, you better know to tune in. You might get like an Angelina Jolie, a Brad Pitt, cool. But a Tom Cruise and a Denzel Washington is real. So I say that to say this because in my mind, I'm like, this is a young Tom Cruise. Homework, everybody go watch Eyes Wide Shut. That's the homework for the 50 people that's in here right now. Eyes Wide Shut. Go watch it. Come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to know if you did and you get points towards your raffle shirt. Eyes Wide Shut is the homework. Go watch it. I'm thinking you can go see it probably for free on Tubi. You might be able to see it on YouTube, on GP. Depending on what you got. Amazon might have it on GP. I ain't know they took out 25 minutes because that 25 minutes, think about it, if you see the original Eyes Wide Shut, like you got the actual cassette tape, like the VHS. I come for VHS. If you got that, then you gonna see it all. It ain't even no argument on who was this, who had this, who didn't do that. But the point is that they did that for a fam is because they wanted you to see what they started with. And then when things started to be, they wanted you to see what you didn't know. And that's another reason why I don't respect their religion, they swag, or how they moving. Because how can you want us to know something but don't want us to know? But you want us to know, but you don't want us to know. What are you doing? You want us to know, motherfucker, or you don't want us to know. So why would you, low key, a little bit, or let me just show them a little this and make them think about, what? What is that? What's the point? Makes no sense. So either you want us to know, or you don't want us to know, or you want us to know. And it's like with Eyes Wide Shut, it was weird because it's like, I want y'all eyes shut, but I want y'all to know that I want y'all eyes open. What? That ain't making no sense, fam. I want your eyes shut, but then I want your eyes open. Which one is it? You want them shut or them open for what you're doing? Make sense of it, fam. Makes no sense. So that's what I mean when I say something about it ain't making no sense, because the way they going about it is trying to make it seem like as if y'all want us to know but don't. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Eyes Wide Shut played a big role in showing you what they're doing in the industry. And nobody has no recollection and understanding of what it makes sense of. Let's go.
that was initially rejected by the world because no one understood what it was trying to say. No one realized it was a warning. A warning that's even found in the name of the movie. Kubrick titled it Eyes Wide Shut, a direct contradiction implying that what we believe society to be isn't the reality at all. While our eyes are technically open, we are shut from seeing what truly happens behind the curtain. Stanley was telling the world that we were blind to the truth, and he was trying to force our eyes open. It was a decision that many believe might have cost him everything. To understand who Kubrick was trying to warn us about, you have to look past the protagonist, Dr. Bill. The most important character in the film is actually the billionaire Victor Ziegler. When you peel back the layers of Ziegler's character, it becomes clear who Kubrick based his character after. He didn't just invent the villain, he based the movie's primary antagonist on the real-world figure who functioned as the ultimate gatekeeper for the powerful. In the world of Eyes Wide Shut, Victor Ziegler is more than just a billionaire. He is the man tasked with ensuring that the appetites of the elite are met without facing any consequences. When we are first introduced to his character, Ziegler calls Bill to a bathroom in his mansion to tend to a woman who has taken too many substances. Ziegler wasn't trying to save her life. He was trying to avoid having a tragedy linked to his billionaire ball. The next time we see Ziegler is at the mass ceremony. While it was never officially stated which character he actually played, some clues suggest that the man in red leading the strange ceremony is actually Ziegler himself. But before we get into that, I wanted to point out the duality in these two scenes. The first time we see Ziegler is earlier in the day at the ball for the elites. This ball is represented elegantly, everything you would expect from high society. But the second time we see him is at night when the real party starts. While all the same people attended both parties, one was for the public to hide behind, while the real party was held after. This duality is the key to understanding the point this movie's trying to make. The first party at Ziegler's mansion is for the public. It's about charity and status. The second party is where their sinister behavior is released, and they stop pretending to be civil. Kubrick is showing us that for the elite, the public image is just a cloak. Behind it lies the darkness they try so hard to hide. While the rich might seem to be elegant and high status, in reality, they were animalistic and focused on their sinful desires. Again, this ties back to the point the title made. People are blind to who these elite really are behind the scenes. They only see what they want them to see. As the man in red, Ziegler is seen as the one leading the ceremony and conducting all the hidden activities at the party. He's the one the elite put in charge of fulfilling their fantasies. He's also the one in charge of cleaning up the mess and keeping everything in order after Bill finds out their secret. We see this during the infamous pool table scene. This scene is another clue that Ziegler is secretly the man in red. Kubrick hid this in the symbolism and imagery of the scene. Ziegler is seen holding a pool stick while hitting pool balls over a red table. The table is red, matching the outfit he wore during the ceremony. Also, if you pay attention, Ziegler habitually taps a ball during the conversation in a manner that mirrors the red cloak's ritualistic striking of his staff, connecting his demeanor in private to his authority at the mansion. In this scene, Ziegler gives a monologue that shows us exactly how the elite make things go away and how they truly see people. Ziegler tried to convince Bill that the woman who sacrificed herself for his life during the ball scene doesn't matter. He tells Dr. Bill nobody was killed, she was a hooker, life goes on. He was telling Bill the official narrative, whether it's what happened or not, making sure that everyone was on the same page. Ziegler was showing us how he viewed people. They're just toys to play with. If they play too hard and break one, it doesn't matter. They'll just move on and buy another. This character clearly mirrors the real-world monster who was connected to the biggest elite. Like Ziegler, this notorious financier wasn't just a wealthy man. He was the link between the rich and powerful and their young victims. Both figures provided the escape for powerful politicians, royalty, and the industry titans, a place they could indulge in their darkest impulses with the promise of total immunity. Many people believe Kubrick purposely made Ziegler's character look awfully similar to the disgraced financier on purpose. He was calling him out and showing the world who he really was. And looking at the two, you see the striking similarities in appearances.
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work. Want to be a part of it? Listen up.
Hello, my name. Both are depicted as extremely wealthy, shadowy figures operating at the top of the social spectrum with access to powerful, high-profile individuals. Ziegler is portrayed as someone who uses his wealth to facilitate decadent dissipation and wild encounters with vulnerable people, echoing the allegations of real-life monsters. It's pretty clear who Stanley based Victor Ziegler on, but what he was trying to warn us about is what's most shocking. The movie made it clear that the ceremony during the ball was tied to the hidden appetites the elite were indulging in. Who they were truly targeting to fulfill their hunger were the most vulnerable. This is what Kubrick gave his life trying to expose in the final scene at the toy store. While Bill and Alice are distracted by their own conversation, their daughter Helena wanders through the aisles. If you look at the background, you'll notice two men watching her. These aren't random extras. They are the same two men seen earlier at Victor Ziegler's elite party and after following Bill around the city. This scene was the most important in the movie. Kubrick was trying to warn us that they're after the young ones. As the little girl walks away with these two men, the message becomes undeniable. He was telling us in this movie that these monsters weren't after working ladies, but the youngest of victims. The idea of targeting the young is spotted all throughout the film. There is a scene where Bill goes to buy a costume to attend the ball. When he arrives, the costume shop is closed, but Bill manages to get the owner's attention. While Bill is renting his costume, he discovers the owner is selling his young daughter to two wealthy older men. With this scene, Kubrick was exposing the reality that in these elite circles, young victims are treated as the ultimate commodity. Whether it's the shop owner's daughter or the character of Mandy, the woman who sacrificed herself at the party, the message is clear. The elite use these young victims for their amusement. In the toy store, when Helena is making her way to the two men, she walks past a board game titled The Magic Circle. This was not placed there randomly. This is a direct, undeniable reference to the ceremony scene from earlier in the movie. In the scene, those participating in the ceremony formed a circle around the man in red. Kubrick was telling us that the young were being targeted for the magic circle ceremony, which was shown in the mansion scene. By the ending of the movie showing Helena being watched by the same fixers who guard the elite secrets, Kubrick delivered his most haunting message. He was showing us what we now know as fact. The Zieglers of the world are after the most vulnerable in our society. This is exactly what Eyes Wide Shut showed us over 25 years ago. It is reported that Kubrick spent decades researching the habits of the ultra-wealthy, and the recently released documents prove his research was terrifyingly accurate. He likely had intimate knowledge of these circles because he lived among them. In the recent documents, Hollywood's ties to these elite circles were finally confirmed. We now know through unsealed emails that directors like Woody Allen and his wife were frequent guests at these high society events for years. It is highly likely that Stanley Kubrick was trying to tell us the truth through this movie. But when the gatekeepers realized that Stanley tried to pull a fast one and Eyes Wide Shut was revealing way too much, many believe the retaliation was swift. It is a well-documented fact in film history that Stanley Kubrick died just 6 days after showing his final cut of the film to the studio. It's rumored the studio was extremely upset and ordered him to make changes to the film. Changes that he allegedly refused to make and paid the ultimate price for. Shortly after his passing, rumors began to swirl that the film was heavily edited without his consent. Insiders have long claimed that 24 minutes of footage were removed from the original cut.
To be one of Kubrick's top assistants before he died. In other words, he was there all the way to the end.
This is good.
And he told me Kubrick kept muttering to himself that the Warner Brothers executives were going to hate his film. And literally, he quoted me saying, "Oh, when they see this film, they're going to kill him." Then, on the night that he showed them the film in London, strangely enough, he had taken up smoking again, which he'd been a chain smoker earlier in life, and he kind of slowed down, but apparently, much to this guy's surprise, he was chaining again. And he waited in the lobby, really kind of pale and distant, and then the movie ended, and the door opened, and somebody walked out and said, "Stanley, you need to come down here." And the door shut, and this guy said that he heard yelling for about 45 minutes, screaming and yelling, and he heard Kubrick say that, "You can't change my film. It's in my contract." And then Kubrick stormed out first, and he followed Stanley, and that was the last time we ever saw Stanley. Wow. Stanley died exactly 666 days before January 1st, 2001, the first day of the year of his greatest film. That worries me, I have to tell you. I think that's a signal, and I hope to, the heavens above that he wasn't murdered, but some...
While the studio claimed that these edits were simply to avoid an NC-17 rating, many believe the deleted scenes went much deeper into the victimization of the young by these elite circles. I believe the reason they really edited out so much of the movie was because they wanted the public not to understand it. They wanted people to leave theaters confused and think it was just a bad film so they wouldn't get the message or think much about it. Some people might think, why would the studio even release the film if it were revealing too much? Why wouldn't they just scrap the entire film? But think about it, scrapping this movie would have been like burning $60 million in the 90s. They can't simply do that because Kubrick played them. But what they can do is mess with the movie and remove the parts that were too revealing. In 2026, as their evils are coming to light, people are revisiting these rumors. Was Stanley Kubrick ordered to tone down the reality of the movie? And did he pay the ultimate price when he refused to do so? We may never see the original cut, but the film we do have is enough to paint a terrifying picture of what is likely redacted in those archives. As everything surrounding this evil is unfolding, we are realizing this is the conversation they are avoiding. This is the part of the documents they want buried. This is clearly what Kubrick gave his life trying to expose. He was telling us they're using the young for their magic circles. While in the 90s this movie was far-fetched, today it is a warning that unfolded like a prophecy. But that's just my interpretation of the film after analyzing it for years. What do you think? Was this movie just a strange, eerie film? Or was it a warning we should have listened to over 25 years ago? I want to know what you think below. Something I found interesting is that last year the movie Him was released, and I coined that movie the modern Eyes Wide Shut. Just like Eyes Wide Shut, Him was rejected and critics hated it. But if you watch this video, you would notice that it seems like another film hiding a warning. If you haven't seen my video on Him yet, make sure to check it out after this one. And if you like unfiltered content revealing the truth, make sure to like this video.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. A love within. She said, what about Clive Davis, though? Everyone getting exposed about, except from him. We cooked Clive. Clive was connected with Getty. We cooked Clive. Clive's still burning from getting cooked, fam. So definitely you want to go back. See, that's what I'm saying. If you become a subscriber and hit that like button, become a member, you can go back and check out all that content that we did when we started cooking early on Clive Davis, because we knew he had everything to do with a lot, including Whitney Houston. We know he was the one and the only. But I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now in this discussion about Eyes Wide Shut and how the director didn't even care. He was like, I'm finna put this in a movie and I don't even care if this is my last one. It's funny how these people be thinking they can just talk about this type of stuff. Because in my mind, if I was to even find out something like this, I wouldn't even feel comfortable creating a movie about it. Let's just be real. If I found out something like this from where I'm from and how we coming, we'll find out and be like, what? Okay, hold up, G. Hold on. That's what they on? Because in my mind and in my community, we're going to think about who we talking about. And we definitely going to take a step back and breathe, get some water, and say, okay, who am I effing with? Who we messing with right now? We talking about powerful people. See, them cats around the corner different, but we talking about powerful folk. Okay, what we doing? So in your right mind, you got to think like, okay, we just finna make a movie. We just gonna make a movie. Knowing what I know, I'm gonna just make a movie about it. It almost make you feel like somebody told him to make that movie and he knew he was passing away after. Because everything got something to do with the 6 and some more 6s. You see what I'm saying? So it almost make you think somebody said, do the movie, and he knew he was gonna be done. And now you got a witness that come out and say, hey, you know, he passed this many days after, everything sound demonic. So I think to me, fam, it's more different because why would it even get put out? And like they said, it got put out because it did, but in the same sense, it'd be movies like this that I never paid attention to because it never really had a real storyline. And the storyline that it has is ritual stuff. So we would have never caught this back then. We would have just been looking at people in robes and be looking at this just funny. But yet then we found out later because of everything that's being exposed what it really means. What it really means. So now we're thinking about Tom Cruise played the role. Nicole Kidman played the role. Clearly they knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. They actors. They know what they doing. They ain't nothing about that role they played was new. Nothing was new. Nothing was nothing. They were comfortable. And this is what I used to tell people I love what they, excuse me. This is what I used to tell people. Movies come from real life. Movies come from reality. Movies come from us and what we do. You understand? Movies ain't never just made up something. Because even when you're thinking about, and think about this for a second, every time they continue to talk about aliens invading the earth, or like Avengers Super War where they fighting aliens on earth, it's always some old aliens coming to earth. So it make you wonder and realize, when? It ain't about if it's true, it's about when. You got to be out your mind to think we the only living life forms on this, in the living. And it's so funny because people swear they know everything. People swear they know when it's happening, when it's coming, whatever's coming. But nobody's making changes for the come. Everybody act like they can tell you when it's coming, whatever's doing what. But nobody's making changes for the coming. All we're doing is giving out information, but nobody's making changes for the coming. There are beings before us that you gonna feel the way when you see them face to face. I think people don't want to believe things that they don't never believed in. If you ever seen Avengers and seeing an alien or a creature here on Earth fighting, I bet you didn't think that'd be you. I bet you didn't think you would even find yourself in that position. I bet you not even thinking that's real life. But the Project Bluebeam is a difference, because Bluebeam is to be a big projection in the sky to where anybody anywhere can look up. Just like you looked up in space and thought you was looking at people going to space, they fooled you too. Can look up and be like, oh my God. See, that's the point of AI. That's the point of MetaQuest. That's the point of artificial intelligence. Because at the end of the day, if you put it on your eyes and you see it, you can believe it. They know that if we put it in your eyes to see it, you can believe it. You don't have to receive it, but you will believe it if you've seen it. When they started coming with virtual reality, that is when Bluebeam mattered. Virtual reality. Virtual reality is what really changed the game, because it puts us in a position to have to really argue to say, is this really real or really not? So Project Bluebeam is for you to believe that this virtual reality is real, and it's not. But the way they want to create it and make it to where we all look up and say, oh, it's so very real. And you're going to have to hold on to your morals, to your knowledge, to your understanding, and to what's real for you to pass by this. Because once it comes, the way they want it to come. Once it comes the way they want it to come, that's the only difference, is the way they want it to come. See, we all talk about aliens and this, and they thinking it's conspiracy theories and different life forms. That's fine. But the way it want to come and the way it want to present itself is going to be in a different state. You understand? And because of that, that's when you're going to have to make a decision. Is this real or not? What are we really doing? So when I talk about you becoming a subscriber, becoming a member, becoming family, becoming connecting, communicating, constantly talking every day, that's a real thing, no matter what city you in. Because at the end of the day, we ain't nothing but some miles away, some hours away. That's all. We all still on the same earth, same globe. When I look at this one, I was looking at Amazon Prime. I was looking at Fallout. You ever heard of Fallout? It's a game, but they got an actual series now, like a movie, Fallout. Fallout had to do with the world ending and what's left and what's after the world that was there. So when you looking at that stuff, it makes you think even more that that's the world. That's what the world can become. That's what the world will become. There was a Flintstone age. Now it's a digital AI age. And this is the beginning of AI. So if we at the beginning of AI, we're going to pass. And then the real advanced regular living of AI daily, every day, is what's going to be happening. Because just like the Flintstone days, just like those days that didn't have cars, just like the Texas Ranger days where they was just on horses, there was always a new age. And right now we're looking at the new age of AI. L. Thomas in the building. That's the difference, fam. We looking at that. A Love Within says start walking around with body heat glasses for real, for real. I know Timu has it. That's real, so you can know is you a human or you something else. That's when you'll find out. See, that's when you're going to start finding out the Walking Dead out here. That's when you're going to start being like, oh, wow, wait a minute. Hey, hold up. That ain't no human. That ain't no, this ain't no, oh, you better get some eyes on it. See, when we used to look at them old Twilight Zone, all of that, yeah, that was that. But when I tell you this is the beginning of that, this is the beginning. We ain't doing nothing but just seeing the beginning stages of everything. That's all. And don't forget, there is a fall and there is a lesson in your fall. Don't forget, there's a lesson in your fall. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go, fam.
Hey everybody, Dr. G here. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist as well as a body language expert, and today we're going to be analyzing the behavior and body language of Jeffrey Epstein during a 2010 deposition. Before we get started with this, a couple of quick things. One, I wanted to make sure you know this is not a psychological evaluation of any kind. These are just my opinions. In addition to that, I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, let's go. What we're going to be analyzing today is Jeffrey Epstein's deposition from a civil litigation lawsuit by one of his victims. All right, let's just jump right in.
Good morning. We're now on the video record. Today is Wednesday, the 17th day of February 2010. The time is 11:16 a.m. We're here at U.S. Legal Support, 444 West.
We're already seeing lots of body language, and this has only barely begun. We're going to go back, and I'm going to show you what we've seen so far, and then we're really going to look at the highlights, because this deposition is like 90 minutes. There's no reason for us to cover the whole thing, but I will cover the most interesting parts.
On the video record. Today is Wednesday.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
He was brushing his fingers through his hair. That's a way to ventilate your hair when you're starting to feel anxious. It's a way to calm yourself down. But he also wants to appear casual. So you see him glance up at the person speaking, and he looks away, starts playing with his hair, starts brushing his hair. Hey everybody, Dr. G here.
Hold on, this is a body language expert. I don't know if you ever heard about it. See, you know, you come over here with Dealatofficial. We're going to look at your body language. We're going to look at your eyes, your face, your body, your thighs, your all of that. We're going to look at your body language. You understand? We want to know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Is you an alien? Is you a human? So we want to analyze your body language. Do you love me? Do you hate me? Do you want me? Do you forsake me? We want to know what your body language reads. Or you really know filters, fam? Do you really rock with Dilla T? Do I really rock with you? Right now, we need to know. What if I'm a robot and don't know it? Or what if I'm an alien and don't know it? Yeah, I feel your love within. We all going back in the house, or we all gonna meet at one house and eat together, smoke, drink, breathe, sleep. Yeah, love within. That's what's gonna happen. COVID-19 protocol, fam. This is what this is. Face mask and stay in the house. Yeah. Shout out to a love within. I like that protocol. Find out where you stay so we all ain't out here doing bad. That's real, fam. Yeah, we need to know. Hope you know how to cook a love within. I pray you know how to cook, fam. Yeah, because if we got the COVID-19, if somebody got to eat, yeah. Now listen to me, Savage. They're going to use human brains in robots. That's like cloning. Yeah, that's what they're already doing, fam. That's cloning. So when you hear the word clone, we don't look at it that serious. But when you actually see your partner, ain't your partner, but that man's face is his, but he really ain't that, it ain't that. So we're going to figure it out. A love within says we need to build a community. I got y'all. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love you, a love within, because you said you got us. And you met us, and now we just being who we being, because we all the same. We just fam, we just here. That's all we can do is eat, breathe. I mean, everything we do, that's all we can do. That's all we do. That's all we can do is what we do. We got to build a community. We got to come together. We got to relate. When I talked about, matter of fact, everybody in here, drop your city right now. Drop where you at right now. Drop what you doing and where you at right now. You laying in the bed and you in San Francisco, drop it right now. You sitting up smoking a blunt in St. Louis, drop it right now. You in South Carolina taking a drink with your girl on your side, rubbing your thigh, drop it right now. You a woman in your city lonely, but you watching Dilla T here, no filters, and you a baddie. Drop your city right now. If you love us like we love you, drop your city right now. Drop it like it's hot right now. I said South Carolina in the building, North Carolina, Greensboro in the building, love within. That's real. Lori, Tennessee, ain't never forgot. Theo, you know ATL. You know the bit. Let me know where you're from right now because it matters, fam. We need to build a community. We got to get it together. We got to do the same thing to make sure we survive together. Hit that like button, let's go.
I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist as well as a body language expert, and today we're going to be analyzing the behavior and body language of Jeffrey Epstein during a 2010 deposition. Before we get started with this, a couple of quick things. One, I wanted to make sure you know this is not a psychological evaluation of any kind. These are just my opinions. In addition to that, I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, let's go. What we're going to be analyzing today is Jeffrey Epstein's deposition from a civil litigation lawsuit by one of his victims. All right, let's just jump right in.
Good morning. We're now on the video record. Today is Wednesday, the 17th day of February 2010. The time is 11:16 a.m. We're here at U.S. Legal Support, 444 West.
We're already seeing lots of body language, and this has only barely begun. We're going to go back, and I'm going to show you what we've seen so far, and then we're really going to look at the highlights, because this deposition is like 90 minutes. There's no reason for us to cover the whole thing, but I will cover the most interesting parts.
On the video record. Today is Wednesday, the 7th.
So the first thing you saw was that he was brushing his fingers through his hair. That's a way to ventilate your hair when you're starting to feel anxious. It's a way to calm yourself down. But he also wants to appear casual. So you see him glance up at the person speaking, and he looks away, starts playing with his hair, starts brushing his hair.
Good morning. We're now on the video record. Today is Wednesday, the 17th day of February 2010. The time is 11:16.
You can see him bunching up his mouth. We do that when we're not approving of something, so this is a sign of disapproval. Now he's
We
looking
gonna
away
keep
from
it
the person
peace.
speaking. He's trying to appear above this. He's wanting people to see.
Where you
I
at?
don't need to be wasting my time with something so small.
You ain't started where you stopped.
We're here at U.S. Legal
Watch his mouth right here. This is a sign of aggression.
10. The time is 11:16 a.m. We're here at U.S. Legal Support 444.
You can see he was baring his teeth. We do that when we're feeling angry.
Number 5020.
See, you can see he's wiping his eyes, trying to act like this is boring. This is not interesting to him. I really don't need to be doing this.
08CA028051NBAB. The matter of
Because sometimes people do these things to soothe
Hit
themselves.
that like
And
button
maybe
up
when
and
he was
tap
running
that
his fingers
screen.
through his hair, there was a bit of that. But I see a lot of these expressions as him trying to do a performance. He wants people to see how silly he thinks all of this is.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
And there he is, putting his chin in his hand, trying to show disinterest, trying to show that none of this is getting to me. This is all boring to me.
Generally, I think you would agree that you devised a way for young females to come to your house and to engage in varying degrees of sexual activity. Some of the girls are young.
Let me tell you something too, a love within. My fan was talking about that the other day. He always been talking about just buying land, growing our own food, selling it in our own stores to our own folk, and making sure that that food is still pure and right. Not cloned, not contaminated, not anything. But it's so different because I think in our community, because of what we've been through, we never had time to like focus on building more. We're more focused on being seen because we were never seen. We're more on being treated with respect because we were never respected. Think about that. That's why we have to build a community of every body, skin color that's here, because one body or skin color has a story that why they haven't focused on things outside of attention. See, in our community, in the black community, we're more focused on attention because of the attention that we went through. We're more focused on respect and who you talking to because of the disrespect and the non-talking that we've been through in the past. You understand? That's why we focused on stuff we don't need to be focused on because of what happened in the past. So as you move forward now, as you see these generations, they don't live with that. They don't even know what the past is. So that's why they so free as can be and can do their own thing and just la 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 and whatever, however, whatever. Okay? So I'm saying that to say it's going to take us to shut down things to get people to start moving a certain way. Because at the end of the day, the way they want to do it is want to make sure that they still keep us from the best, keep us from taking care of ours, keep us from living. They want to contaminate. They want to shut us down. They want to do a lot. So when you talk about getting our own, creating our own, and keeping our own, it starts with real women, real men that want it. And even if you don't have kids, it's just you looking at the future like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's about to happen. This is what we need to do now. And people say what we need, but are you willing to stop what you're doing for what we need? Woo! Let me say that again for the people in the back. We talk about what we need, but are you willing to stop what you want for what we need? We can break this shit down and turn it upside down if you want to, but you better hear me today. You willing to stop what you want for what I need? See, that's what that's about. Just like I said, you going through something for me, I'm going through something for you. You hear me, your love within. You hear me, Kat, Chris, Theo. We talking about what we need, but are you willing to put your wants to the side? It sound good, but think about it, fam. You got kids, you got business, you got You got you got some. You pimping, you playing, you got this going, you got her, she got him, she getting money, she doing her thing. Do you have time? Do you have time to put your wants to the side for what we need? Do you have time to put aside your wants for what we need? See, it sound good in here when we talking about it. You know it sound good. It sound good. But you know, I'm in St. Louis. Don't act like you ain't know that. I got folk in Boston. Don't act like you don't know that. I got folks South Carolina. I got folk in North Carolina. I got people in the ATL. I got people in Memphis, Tennessee, right next to me. I got people. I need to know, will you put your wants to the side for our needs? You really ready for that? You built like that? You got kids. You got shit you doing. No, let's be real. Let's talk about it. You doing something every day that's gonna keep you from my needs. You sure you got time to put your wants to the side? Because you want to eat. You want to have sex. You want to breathe. You want to smoke. You want to drink. You want to go over here. You want to party. You want to kick it. You want to sit down. You want to read books. You want to play games. You want to sit and dwell on your past because you're still trying to figure out your future. Do you have time to put your wants to the side for our needs? There's a place and a time for your growth. Let me say that again. There's a place and a time for your growth. Do you have time to put your wants to the side for our needs? You got time to put your wants to the side for my needs? Because if you can do it for one, you can do it for all. If you choose to do it for one, you can choose to do it for all. You better hear me in love within. Do you have time to put your wants to the side for my needs? She said, yes, yes, yes. That's the commitment we need. That's the love we need. That's the commitment. That's the immortality we need to be who we need to be. You will start understanding what's needed. It'll start making you think that credibility is more. But if you're not credible, what we're doing? See, this builds credibility. You putting your wants to the side for our needs builds your credibility. That's the problem. Y'all ain't got no names. You got no credibility. Forget credit. You got no credibility. You got to have credit in your name before your bag. If you don't have no credibility in your name, how does one realize you have credit? Where is the credibility in your name? It's people growing every day, but ain't learned shit. Growing every day. But you know what's funny? The right things are not growing. See, the body will grow. Your hair, everything will grow because it's ordained to happen. Your mind is made to grow. But yet if you don't experience nothing, you will learn nothing. me say that again. Your body is made to grow. But if you go through nothing, you will learn from nothing. You better talk to him, Theo. Can you put your wants to the side for my needs? That's what we asking in the world today. That's what we talking about when we saying we don't agree with Trump. We don't like what's happening in these Epstein files. We don't like it. Are you able to put your wants to the side for my needs? That's the way of the world, cat. That's how we come in, cat. That's the only way. You got to put your wants to the side for our needs. Let me tell you something right now. I want to go to sleep. I want to get off work and turn up. I want to chill out. I want to get with my kids. I want to do so much when I relax. I want to sleep. I want to chill out. But the need is Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Don't play with me. The need. I know what I want to do, but the need says 9 p.m. No filters. I want to get something to eat. I want to chill out. I want to pull up. I want to go to the store. I want to create. The need is Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. right here with your boy Dilla T and No Filters. You better hear me. Can you put aside your wants for my needs? That's what the world is asking of all of us. Let's go.
Young as 12, some of them as old as 17 or so, most in between. But as of yet.
Now, one thing you're noticing right here, prior to this, he's been moving around pretty much nonstop. He's trying to appear casual, but he's actually had quite a lot of energy. Now, as he's stating this, as the attorney is making these statements, you see him sitting very still. He has stopped moving. That happens when the fight or flight system gets engaged.
Hit that like button.
When we
Glad
want
to see
to be
you, my
ignored,
dog.
we sit very still, hoping that danger will pass us by. So hearing him say this, even though this is after he was convicted in 2008, when we want to be ignored, we sit very still, hoping that danger will pass us by. So hearing him say this, even though this is after he was convicted in 2008, he does feel like this is danger for him, because if this is civil litigation, this could cost him a lot of money. So you're going to see, as he's being asked these questions, you're going to see him just freeze and stop moving.
Sexual activity. Some of the girls as young as 12, some of them as old as 17 or so, most in between. But
real quick, hit that notification bell on all, Alvin. You got to be listen, man, you got to subscribe, fam. You got to be a member. You got to hit that notification bell on all so you don't miss a minute. We're talking about wants and needs. Are you able to put your wants to the side for what we need? You understand that there's a lesson in your fall. Even when you're going through it, there's a lesson in it. Are we willing to learn it while we go through the lesson? Tell somebody, I'm going through something for you. You going through something for me. These are key things that we need to keep in our possession to understand why we still here in this world. Think about this. Okay, let's get with it, Alvin. I'm waiting on you. Let me know to confirm it that it's done, fam. Listen to me. Think about this for a second. We do everything every day the same way. We already brainwashed. Let me say that again. We do everything every day the same way. We are already brainwashed. What I ask tonight, are you willing to step out of that brainwash? Are you willing to step out of what you do all the time to do something different? Are you willing to reach out and just tell somebody, I got you? Think about what you do every day. You wake your thick ass up, your skinny ass up, your petite ass up, your bad to the bone ass up. I pray you hit that breath, and I pray you get that water. Then you hop out of there and get yourself together and get on about your day. Whether you finna go to work, go see your man, or go see your woman. You have a routine. You're brainwashed. You have a routine. You do this every day. You check in with folk. You deal with the same every day. What are you willing to do to step out of that? We doing the same thing every day. What are we willing to do to step out of that routine? What are we willing to do to step out of that brainwash? Who are you willing to help? Who are you willing to do something for once about a need today? And I'm only saying this because think about it, fam. We really don't be on shit. We be up in here living our lives and we doing the same thing the way we doing it every day. Yeah, it is a simulator. We doing it. We brainwash. We doing the same thing every day. But you see, the difference is right here with no filters. We saving somebody's life every day. We bringing light to darkness every day. We informing, understanding, and being the word every day. That if it walk like a, talk like a, it is a every day. So when we sitting there talking about what I discussed, when I say, hey, listen, man, we learning in our fall. Even the worst sick person is still learning in their fall. I ain't say toothpaste, but I said I pray they grab that brush in that mouth. I said something to that effect. Hold on, y'all. First of all, just I-86 in the building. Just make sure you hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe. You fam, I see your face. I know who you is. I'm looking forward to you. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know you did right now. And make sure notifications on all so you don't forget what's going on. Listen to me. Somebody in here very disrespectful, y'all. And you know, I don't pay attention to nothing, but listen to me. Somebody is very disrespectful. I'm going to see if y'all can figure out who just disrespected. You can disrespect me all day. You call me out my name, cuss me out. You can throw eggs in my house. You can shoot at me. That's fine. But the moment you think in your right mind that you about to come in here and disrupt something that's going on, you might be out your damn mind. Shout out to Alvin in the building, becoming a member today in this building. Shout out to fam in here, understanding, becoming a member. Alvin Anderson, becoming a member today. Don't get it twisted, fam. Shout out to fam. Let fam know we love them. We rock with them. Shout out to fam. Trying to kill us hate up in here, but fam come in with this love. Shout out to Alvin coming in, don't play with us, coming in on some love, understanding what's real. The love within said, I just read it. MF got us twisted. Get out of here now. You better get ordered here. Shout out to Alvin Anderson. I hated that you came here. Listen, you came here. Listen to me. Alvin in the building, Atlanta in the building. I got connections. We here, fam. I truly appreciate you. I want you to know something as a member. We're here to save lives. We're here to reach out. We're here to bring light to darkness. We're here to stand on business. This is no filters, meaning no feelings. Everybody and anybody will get cooked at any time. It's on site. So I truly appreciate you, my brother. Respectfully becoming a member and understanding that you are here with family all around the world. We got love for you, my brother from another. We got love for you. You represent the percentages of knowing that we all bleed the same blood and we all come from the same place. Truly appreciate you. Truly got love for you. Make sure notification bells on all. Somebody was in here disrespectful though, Alvin. You hear me, fam? They come in every now and again, want to be disrespectful, but this particular disrespect was different because he said, your daughter is pregnant by the weed man. Now, see, normally that wouldn't affect me, but he said, your daughter. See, if he would have said something like, I'm pregnant by the weed man, or like, you pregnant by the weed man, that's different because I still would have had to cook him. But he said, your daughter. That hit different. Your daughter, my daughter, my daughters. Don't get me wrong, fam. Stuff don't affect me, but you know, here's something like that. Just the name, just my daughters. It's different, Theo. You know, you hear my daughters. Like you could have said me, or you could have talked about people, but my daughters, fam. I know you can't see us. I know you ain't make us, so you can't break us. So I ain't tripping on that. But it's just, you just had the nerve to just say my daughters. You know what I'm saying, fam? Let's just keep that. Just talk about me. Don't talk about my daughters. I tell you, shoot at me. Don't shoot at my daughters, fam. Shoot at me. Don't shoot at my daughters, fam. Don't do that. Even if you and her talking, just talk about me. My hair ain't messed up. My beard funny. Just come up with something, but don't use the D word. It's different. Shout out to Alvin, said both of my daughters are Georgia Tech grads. I ain't worried. Shout out to Alvin. Respectfully, you raise them right. They graduating, they getting popping. Respectfully, my dog. You know what it is. See, with me, it's different. I got one grad. I got all killers. And they raised to identify these type of ninjas. You feel me? I don't hold nothing back. They know what it is. We ready, we built. Like I said, you ain't make us, so you can't break us. But the great part is that I can't reach out and touch you. That's the only thing. When you say something about my daughters, I can't reach out and I can sin, but that's gonna cost a little more. So that's why I say just keep that alone. Keep that to self. Thanks so much, Kat. We hear Kat. You know what it is and what we're doing and how we're doing it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We don't care about the haters. We invite the ducks. Ain't that right, Chris? Ain't that right, Chris? Ain't that right, Chris? Theo, we invite the ducks. Because if it ain't no ducks in here, we would be duck hunting. Theo said, my daughter's in Sanford right now. I don't give a F what nobody says about them. F them ducks. Don't do it. Get right. A little within said, Goose, your tail off this live. Sometimes people need to hear reality and then you move forward gracefully. That's how we're doing it. But I'm telling like, don't do that by my daughters, because I would have to end this and really go, you know, get active, because it's different. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We want to make sure we understand. You going through something for me, I'm going through something for you. There's a lesson in your fall. Let's go.
As of yet, you haven't provided an explanation. So I want to provide you an opportunity to tell the jury at this time why.
See, no movement at all during that entire period.
You did it.
I'm going to object to confusing, compound, and irrelevant as worded.
You know, I'd like to answer that question.
Theo, you know I rock with you, boy.
However, at this time, my attorneys have told me that I can't, and I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th.
Okay, real quick. Your boy will be in Vegas March. What is it? March? It's March 3rd. March 14th. I think it's March 14th. Real quick, your boy will be in Vegas March 14th. If you're in Vegas, pull up on your boy. You hear me? Vegas, March 14th, Dealatofficial live. Get real, get ready, get right. I'm gonna get you together. Make sure you stand up and stand alone. Don't forget, your boy will be in Vegas, March 14th. Let's rock it in, rock it out. Get the info, we going crazy. We back at it. We ain't playing no filters. We back at it. We about to take over the world. And I ain't lying. I'm gonna hit each and every one of my members to pull up, fam. If I got to get you, or I got to make sure, fam, and even if you're in a member and I know your fam, let's pull up. You hear me? We in Vegas in March, live. Your boy Dealatofficial is real live. It's gonna be amazing. Make sure Tickets will be on sale immediately, and they know what it is. And I'm gonna make sure each and every one of y'all know what it is if you want to support your boy, because you know his family always up in here. But again, not to ever forget, it's different. Because once you're booked, you in play. And once they in play, you're booked. That's real just. That's real. Because you got to spread the love, because they got to know about the day. See, the day can be in the city, but once you take the city to the world, everybody will know the day. So again, you know what it is. Vegas. No, I said Vegas. I ain't say around the corner. I said Vegas. So it's a difference when you're called to be in Vegas. See, when you're called, it's different when you try to, but when you're called, you gotta go. And it's hard to be like, unless it's Christmas, fam. When you're called, you gotta go. And it's real. So shout out to you, family. Shout out to what it is. That's a real thing. I want to make sure. Let me know if you want to get intact and get involved. I'm going to make sure that all information is in play to where we can connect, because you know you my family. If I pull up, you pulling up too. And if you pull up, you pulling up with me. You understand? So let's make sure we understand how we coming, how we going, how we doing, how we real. That's real, Lord. You know how we doing and what we doing in the way that we doing it real quick.
Amendment rights. Therefore, assert those rights. Sorry.
And in addition to that, I'm going to move to strike counsel's statement as
Now, there was a little flash of contempt. If you've watched my videos with body language before, you may have seen that when people's mouths do this, when it goes up on one side, that's a feeling of contempt. That's
okay. So you know Theo and ATL, and we had put on there for doing that April joint. It was an April family reunion. The family reunion, we was on that April, Theo. Real quick to all family in here. We was calling out No Filters family reunion in Atlanta. We was calling out No Filters family reunion in Atlanta, Georgia in April. That's how we coming. Your ticket includes your t-shirt, your family reunion. You hear me? Huh? It includes your t-shirt, your family reunion, your all access. And I believe the after party situation as well. So your ticket for the reunion is including the reunion, your t-shirt, all access to the events outside of the reunion. And I believe it was something else. I want to make sure that we're clear on that. So like I said, you could buy the t-shirt by itself, you could buy the tickets itself for the all access, or even you could just buy, you know, the one event each day access to be in. You know what I mean? Because it's a meet and greet, it's the reunion, and it's the actual kickback. You see what I'm saying? The kickback, meet and greet, and reunion. So the meet and greet was the pull up, the kickback, and then we was having the reunion as well. So that'll be a big deal, because that'll allow those that actually get the shirt, get the ticket, you just be all access. So you just pull up with your bottle, or pull up with your smoke, or just pull up with yourself. So like I say, April fam, that's the cookout. Yeah, Lori, that's the cookout, family reunion. Everybody was, that's why I said, if you signed up, everybody was bringing, we was doing the food situation, because you could sign up and then actually bring food. So that's what we was doing. When you do your sign up, you could bring food to the reunion. So it's a couple different situations. Meet and greet, kickback, reunion. That's what it is. It's a meet and greet, and then we got the kickback, and then we got the reunion. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying about Friday was the meet and greet, Saturday was the actual family reunion itself. You know what I mean? Sunday was the kickback. Because you know how they do the day parties. It was a day party kickback type of situation. You feel me? So like I said, I have everything set up and put in position to be able to lock that in with you all to make sure you're good. But like I said, April was really the cause of it, to make sure we was doing the meet and greet on Friday, the family reunion on Saturday, and the kickback on Sunday. And your shirt will be included in your ticket purchase. You understand? Somebody write that down. Write that down, a little within. Write that down, family. Yeah, Friday meet and greet. Family reunion Saturday. Kickback on Sunday. And like I said, your t-shirt will be in that ticket to where you could, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to get it, rock it Friday, Saturday, whatever, or a couple shirts, whatever you want to do. But we making sure we good. We heavied up, we solid, security, everything is in play. But like I said, Theo, I'm gonna get with you. I know where you at, because once I pull up and get with my people that's down there, we'll know how we coming when I see where you at. So y'all will know the location, so everybody will be able to meet and greet for that Friday. But like I said, family, respectfully, that meet and greet is gonna be great because Atlanta is my second home. Family's down there. We in play down there, Smyrna, Georgia, Decatur, Zone 3. I know some folk, and my brother lived down there as well. So like I say, it's up. It's like that, Theo. We ain't playing. It's like that. Yeah, Friday meet and greet, Saturday family reunion, Sunday is the kickback. You know, see, the young folk now call it kickback. We used to call it parlaying or reunion. You know, or not a reunion, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we just parlaying. You know what I mean? Because that Sunday is gonna hit different because, you know, you meet who you seeing at the family reunion and you're seeing fam, and it's like, okay, and then you know Sunday the day party. That's why it's called a kickback. Day party. It's like the day party. So that Sunday we gonna have things in play where we gonna go. My dog down there, Raw, my people down there already lining it up. We're already down there getting it together, so we'll know where we going. But again, that Sunday is gonna be amazing for that kickback because that day party is gonna be great for what we're doing. So we wanna make sure we lined up, fam, and we wanna make sure we all in play because the way we're going about it, we want to keep our community connected. We want to keep our community tight. We want to keep us together. Because again, if something happening to you, think about this for a second. Listen to me, man and woman. Look at me. Yeah. You. Stop what you're doing, because I feel like you're doing something while I'm talking. Yeah. My bad. All good. Listen. If something happened to you in your city right now and Trump and them got something going on, what you gonna do? If your fam don't pull up on you, I'm talking like your biological blood don't help you out, what you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Some people pull up at your stuff and put you out your spot. ICE, Trump, life. What you gonna do? Who you gonna call? Shout out to Cynthia in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe. Who you gonna call? What you gonna do? I'm trying to lock you in. I ain't just talking about the channel, fam. We trying to lock in for real. I don't want you to go through something in your city and you don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden they shut your city down and put martial law on your city. And now you don't know where to go. Your family running wild. Y'all running around trying to figure out what to do, and you ain't got nowhere to go. Think about No Filters, family. We around the world. There's a reason why we building this relationship, because if something happened in your city, you need to be able to call me and be like, Dilla, I'm pulling up in your city. I'm pulling up on you, fam. What you want? And it's my obligation to make sure that you good. Australia in the building. You need to be able to say, Dilla, listen, something's going on. What's going on? Who you got? Not necessarily that you can pull up at somebody's house, but necessarily that we can find the resources to help you out. Because I don't want you to be without. You understand? We want to make sure that you don't live without. Something happened in your city? Shout out to you, A Love Within. See, I love you, A Love Within, because she said tiny homes. We ain't even think about that. But you see how she do it? That's how you know we got family here. We're going to talk about that a little within. We're going to connect outside of it because the realest thing is that tiny homes play a big role for small prices. And yet people know that at the end of the day, tiny homes will always be needed. Transportation will always be needed. But when we talk about tiny homes and building, I thank God that I'm a property manager and I know how to build everything. You understand me? Fix your whole house, fix your whole land, put something out there for you. So we're not playing them games. That's what these working hands come from. Yeah, building. But the problem is people don't want to do. People don't want to put their wants aside for our needs, a love within. You understand what I'm saying, a love within? People don't want to put their wants to the side for our needs. And the stuff you talking about, the stuff that we've thought about, that's what I'm talking about. Our needs. We need to have tiny houses. We need to have our own community. We need to produce for ourselves. We need to make sure we eating the right food. We need to make sure we're not contaminated. We need to produce. See, we ain't talked about this, Cynthia. We're not talking about producing and building. See, they want to kill the kids. They want to kill us. They want to get rid of the black man, the white man, just man. Because man produces. We walk around with who knows how much sperm count we have. We walk around with it. Like while people thinking y'all giving birth, no, y'all ain't giving birth to nothing. We giving life. I walk around with a billion kids in my sack. What we talking about? And they want to end me because I can produce? Or they don't want this man to get with that woman to produce life? That's the fight. That's the world. That's the problem. They want to shut down production. They want to shut down our seeds. We won't allow it. We must stand. We must produce. We must live long and prosper. We must create. They want us to not create kids. They want us to not create living. They don't want us to produce. They don't want us to keep producing. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, we're going to have to start signing up on something. Talking about who going to start growing what, who buying what, and who putting money with what on what land and where is land at. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. The more land you earn, the more you can grow, the more you can produce, the more you can take over. Let me say that again. The more land you own, the more you can take over the world. And ain't none of us thinking like that. We just sitting here talking about topics in life, but ain't nobody talking about taking over the world. Ain't nobody talking about still being of the world. What we doing? Are we really ready? And you know what else? You be dealing with somebody and they just not on the same thoughts as you. Think about that for a minute. You straight be rocking with somebody, you dealing with somebody, y'all this and that, but y'all ain't on the same page about the world. Y'all ain't on the same loving about loving life, producing. Y'all ain't on that. See, Bill Gates wants to decrease and we want to increase. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Bill Gates wants to decrease the population. We want to increase the population. So when we're talking about life, living, production, living, producing, we got to get together. A Love Within, Chris, Savage, Theo, Lori, Cat, we got to get together. Because we all on different parts of the world, whether we're a couple of hours or a lot of hours apart, we still are main people to start growing, start producing, start buying, start moving. Because at the end of the day, all we got is us. And if we don't stand for something, you know we gonna fall for anything in line. So I'm gonna tell you right now, fam. What we doing? What we doing? A Love Within had great ideas, and we know we finna rock them all the way. A Love Within, we got to pull up on you. Yeah, we're going to pull up on you, barbecue, and talk it out. That we're going to have to happen, fam. Because at the end of the day, are you willing to put aside your wants for my needs? Are you willing to go through something for me like I'm willing to go through something for you? Do you understand that lessons are learned from our falls? Cynthia says, I am. Kat says, yes. Cynthia, I pray that you're a member. I pray that you have subscribed. And A Love Within with me. So that's how we coming. We done already talked about some things that we doing, the way we want to go about it. And I'm talking about even from growth. People don't want to start from growth. The growth is farms. You have to grow things on farms. Then you got to have your store to sell it to fam, to just to the people that believe. Whole Foods, natural things. Things are being contaminated, fam. These tiny houses need to be built. Kids need to know how to literally survive. Martial law come right now. You won't even know what to do. People need to know what to do. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You need somebody by your side that's willing to do it with you. Ooh. Let me say that again. You need somebody by your side willing to do it with you. See, I'm with you. And A Love Within says, oh, I'm in the process. See, you know when people thinking different. See, everybody ain't thinking the same. Everybody don't look at life the same. Everybody don't see us in a real situation. People don't even look at today as the last days, Theo. You hear me, Chris? Kat, you better hear me. People do not look at today as the last days. They still see this as a new wave. We yearn for unity. We yearn for togetherness. We yearn. But we've been through so much that we don't know how to tell somebody, I'm here for you. I want to help you. I don't even know you, but I want to help you. We don't even know how to say that. We don't even know how to tell them, listen, my G, I've been growing fruits and vegetables. I've been preparing for martial law. I've been preparing for doomsday because I've been thinking like this, but I want the world to know this. Are you on my same page? Are you on the same things I'm on? That's the problem, fam. Yeah, we, James, we. Are we on the real? Because nobody want to grow their own vegetables and fruits. And when you get a woman, let me tell you something about a woman that want to grow her own, and a woman that sees, let me tell you something, a woman that sees the world today the right way is a blessing. Because as a man can see things in a defensive way, in a controlling, and a say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what we need to do, this is how we need to do it. But when a woman can see the world and the changes that's coming with it and the problems and the corruption, when a woman can see that, it's a blessing. Because you need to understand the nurturing that a woman does. So for her to even understand where the world is headed and what the world is doing, she's already ready for nurturing. That's the battle that's already there. That's why I'm saying the love within, shout out to you. Because whatever man you talking to, he better pray y'all married before the end of the year. Because you talking about growing this and doing that and living this, that's a big deal. When a woman understands the world. Shout out to you. 2 years, that's big. 365 days, twice. That's heavy. So when I tell you, a woman that knows what to do and knows how to do, a love with it, I'm single. Oh, that's a lie. That ain't real. What? You talking like you involved. You got crops and fruit and juice all in the back. Look at the tablet fella. You got crops and juice in the back. And you talking like you ain't even who you is, man. But you got crops and juice in the back and you all in play. No, that's crazy. That ain't real. That ain't real. Because you'd have thought G had a whole thing on. Got the fruits and vegetables in the back growing. Tiny houses ready to be put. You don't get no brain. See, let's not say that. A man. Let's just say the men you've met don't understand your vision. Let's say that. The men you've met don't understand your vision, but yet you are here in No Filters with family, and this man understands your vision. See, it's a difference. When we're talking about life and living and breathing, it's a difference. Because the realness is so hard to get a woman to understand what life is doing and living. It's so hard because a man can say, hey, we need to do this. We gotta do that. And this is what the hell we should have did back then. And I don't know why we're not doing that right now. See, that's how men see stuff. It's hard for a man. See, a man got to get a woman to see things. But yet, when you meet a woman and she see it already, the vision, it's already what it is. That means it's almost ordained. Because the vision is already lined up. It just need to be executed. These are normal things a man think about because of conquering, being the head and not the body, being the first and not the last. This is what a man to think about. But when a woman can see that for themselves, that means they've been through the fire. That means that woman has seen. She understands a man's position. Let me say that again for somebody stupid in the back. When a woman's eyes is open from a man's perspective, that means she's felt and seen how you have to lead. Because you done woke him up and understanding how a woman lead and how a man lead. And it's a difference. But these traits that you find, it's hard. But when you can find them and understand what's real, it's a blessing. So like I said, at the end of the day, tiny houses, growing crops. These are things that's going to help the future grow. These are things that's going to help our community live. That's the only way we're going to do it, the way we're going to do it, one way to do it only. Right here with your boy. Understanding that that's what we need. Hit that like button. Double tap that screen. Let's go.
It's the only emotion that is only on one side of the face. But I want you to watch the side of his mouth right here. Very brief.
And in addition to that, I'm going to move to strike counsel.
See, right there.
Sorry. And in addition to that, I'm going to move to strike counsel's statement as narrative as well.
I understand. We wanted to provide him the opportunity if today was going to be the day.
Same thing, move to strike narrative.
Mr. Epstein.
You also saw a slight smile right there.
Today was going to be the day.
Same thing, move to strike narrative.
He feels like he's winning right now because he didn't have to answer anything. So you saw a smile come across his face because he feels like he has the upper hand. Jeffrey Epstein loves being in control. So when he thinks he's won, when he thinks he's in control, you are going to see him at his happiest.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative. Are you kidding?
All of the happiness of being in control just went away. This made him feel completely out of control. How dare somebody ask me that? You look at his brow ridge right here. You can see that it's starting to form a little bit of anger.
Objection, harassing, argumentative. Are you kidding?
So you can see, I've talked about how you raise the eyebrows just to bring attention to our face. He is shocked and angry right now that someone would dare ask him this. I don't think he expected this level of aggression or these types of questions that were this direct. Because you can't answer that question because it was, how long have you been? Not are you, not a yes or no question. And he's not going to answer it anyway. But the fact that it was phrased that way is making him so angry.
Harassing, argumentative. Are you kidding?
And it's interesting, you see the smile on his face right now, a slight smile, because he's so used to hiding his emotions behind a smile. That's his default. Now you can see in the brow, you're going to see anger right here.
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
Now that was the most interesting thing he's done so far. Now I want you to keep a close eye on his mouth when he says, I don't think we're divulging any secrets right now.
Any secrets here, right?
Have you ever Googled your own name or email address? Before I had Aura, I did, and wow, it was my full name, my old address, phone number, all sorts of information I did not want people to have. That's why I started using Aura, today's sponsor. If you've ever wondered how scammers legally require tools from virus packed days, but that mouth right there, that expression right there betrays him.
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
Okay. Would you consider yourself addicted to sex with minor?
Now this is a very interesting position because he's doing a lot right here. You can see he's bracing two of his fingers. This is a sign of stress. This is a way of basically bracing himself and holding on because he does not like what's happening right now. You also see his hands touching his mouth. We do that to soothe ourselves. So he knows how agitated he's getting. But at the same time, he's covering his mouth. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to say anything. So there's a whole lot going on right here in this body language.
Constitution is guaranteed by the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment.
Okay. Would you consider yourself addicted to sex with minor females?
Same objections.
You know, Mr. Edwards, I want to be very respectful. And as the current U.S. attorney has described your law firm as a criminal enterprise.
So you see the hands bracing each other. He's continuing to feel stress about this.
Hit that like button, double tap the screen right now.
This is working. This is very agitating for him.
On advice of counsel, I'm going to have to refrain and insert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right.
Can you then provide an explanation?
Now you see him taking in deep breaths. You saw his mouth. It looked like it quivered just a little bit.
That boy said he's doing the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment.
These questions.
14th Amendment right.
Can you then provide an explanation for?
You can actually hear him sighing. You can hear the deep breath out. There's so much adrenaline coursing through his veins right here. And he's doing a fairly good job of covering that up, but he is clearly getting very agitated.
Elaborate on the relevance of that soliloquy to his touching when she was 13, 14, and 15 years old in a sexual manner.
He's getting so mad he doesn't want to look at this attorney anymore. So he's just looking directly at his attorney. He's going, I'm not sure what to do. And that's a way to refocus his energy so he can give this other attorney as little reaction as humanly possible.
I'm going to object again, argumentative, compound, harassing, and irrelevant as worded.
These juries are the jury is gonna want answers. So I know that you're telling us that you're gonna respond at some time in the future, but the time is now. Would you like this opportunity to explain why?
There was the contempt again. Not surprisingly, clearly he's very agitated.
Sometime in the future, but the time is now. Would you like this opportunity to explain why you engaged in sexual activity with beginning when she was 13 years old and you were 50 years old?
I'm going to object once again. We're getting way too argumentative with the questioning. The questioning is...
See, now he's getting hostile. Watch the way he cracks his knuckles, right?
Lori. You see how Lori do? That's how Lori said, Chris been a member, nobody knew. How you coming, fam? Big dog Chris been in that thing, coming and going in that thing like he is, how he coming like he day one, been that dog. Hey, shout out to Chris in here, man. It's gonna be real. Chris Samuel, boy, name sound like he on statues. You hear me? Chris Samuel, it's real. Shout out to Chris, man, being a member. Like, when did you, what we do about it? It was shots fired. It wasn't no kaboom, kabow, kabang. Shout out to Chris in here being a member, my dog, my G. It's a real thing. It's a real life. It's real love. You know what it is. You see how Lori do? Lori like, hold up, G. We ain't know you was you. You know what I'm saying? Lori wanted him. Yeah, for real. She wanted him. Chris, you know it's love, my G. My dog pull up. It's real. I appreciate you, fam. It's a reason why we here. We here to save your life, your kids, boy. You understand? Yeah. That's why I'm looking at you. I appreciate you, fam. You at work, nigga? I'm rocking. It's like that. I appreciate you. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m., homie, tune in. It's real. It ain't nothing but real. It don't get no realer. Truly appreciate you, fam. That's how we coming. Everybody in here show Chris love. Show him love right now for his respect and his membership and his time. Coming in, being a member. Shout out to fam being a member. Big dog Lori in here. You know Lori give you that clearance. Is real. Theo been a day. Theo, let me tell you about Theo, boy. Theo one of them. He ain't regular. No, he ain't, boy. Theo rock with, hey, you better hear me, boy. Theo rock. It's like that, Nick. It's like that. A love within. You next. You better hear me today. Theo rock with you, Chris. That boy in Atlanta, you in Carolina, this is real. It's like that. I don't care about what I'm saying, where you live. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I'm gonna say where everybody at. We in the loop here. We ain't playing with no, listen, man, we ain't ducking nothing. What? Smoke? We love it. Ducking smoke. No, we love smoke. We want to cloud up the car. We want a hot box. We want to fog up the hotel room with smoke. We love smoke. We invite smoke. What? Don't play with us out here, boy. Cat just got up out of the building. Roof already got up out of here. You better hear me, boy. Mobile, Alabama in here in the building. Tamika, listen to me. You better be a member. You better subscribe right now. You hear me? Monday through Friday, I want to see you. Mobile, Alabama, Tamika, right? Tamika French, 4771. I know who you is. A love within coming in next, because you know it's deep. Let me tell you again. Let me say it again. Members only. It's gonna get real exclusive. It's gonna get really real. It's gonna be some deep conversations, and it's gonna be some really real and some really ain't. People gonna probably find themselves become somebody gonna be in, boy got involved in there. You hear me? That's what we doing. That's what we're doing in the way that we're doing it, in the manner that we're doing it in. You understand? That's the only way we're gonna get it done. You hear me? Yes. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen, hit that like button, let's go, fam. We ain't scared.
Here.
Again, we're getting way too argumentative with the questioning.
So sometimes people engage in behaviors to self-soothe, to make themselves feel calmer. This is because he's feeling so hostile he doesn't know what to do with himself. So, for example, if somebody's lying and they start touching their lips, they start stroking their face, it's because they're trying to lie better. They're trying to calm themselves down. He's feeling angry and he's engaging in behaviors that are actually going to make him feel angrier.
Diamond in the building, what we doing?
Object once again.
Diamond, you better hit that like button,
Too
subscribe right now.
argumentative with the questioning. The questioning is
We're gonna talk about
compound. It's speculative, and it's
We're gonna get it together.
So now I've skipped ahead to where he's actually responding to some questions.
Lafayette.
So what they gonna do to this person, we've heard that this person is not heard no more in the world. So while you didn't know, we heard this person not heard no more. So, and then on top of that, for the other new ones that we're talking about, what's going on with them is, you're finna see an episode this week that's gonna allow you to know that these people are getting locked up. Authorities have now been pulling up to these people's houses whose names are in the Epstein files. Let me say that again for the people in the back that didn't hear what I said. I said right now, as of 2 or 3 days ago, authorities have been pulling up to these people's names who are on the Epstein files for questioning and for charges. So when I tell you right now, we finna get the names, we finna see it, and we gonna know. Because I told you, oh, but God. Let me say it again for somebody that didn't hear something. I said, he may not come when you want to, but he'll be there on time. Oh, but God. You'd have never thought Diddy was gonna be behind jail cells. You'd have never thought Epstein would be talking like he talking. You'd have never thought Chris Tucker's name would have been on some files like Jamie Foxx, Pusha T. You'd have never thought that. Oh, but God. That's what's going on, Diamond. Police pulling up on people, locking them up. That's what's going on. Hit it real, hit it raw, hit it together. That's what's going on.
After high school, did you attend college?
Yes, sir.
And where was that?
At New York.
What college did you attend?
Cooper Union.
I'm sorry.
Cooper Union.
And did you get a degree from Cooper Union?
No, sir.
How many years were you in college?
I believe 2.
What'd you study?
Physics.
So right here, very direct responses, but it's some.
So that means you learning something, a love within. That means you learning something. A love within says, I don't think so. They just distracting us. I'd be surprised if those two go down, especially B. This further lets me know that you're learning something, fam. You've pulled up, you've understood, and you're getting it right. This is a woman. I add men. This is a woman that see vision as reality, as the true reality of seeing it as a man. And I'm only saying that because as a head of the household, we have to hear things, see things, and process things the right way. And right now, to hear you say that's a distraction, that's a beautiful thing. Because we know that if nothing has happened or prosecutions, charges have not been charged to people, processes have not happened accordingly. Due process has not happened accordingly. That further lets me know that it won't happen. So to be reminded that this is a distraction, I appreciate you. Because this is things that I tell you all constantly about a distraction. Constantly talk about what isn't worth, what doesn't matter, But yet we still sit in here and try to figure out the new information, the new storyline, the new crazy. But yet ain't nothing about it new. Let me say this. Even though you know it's a distraction, do it matter? That's real love within. But if you think about it, do it matter? This is what I mean by do it matter. The things that we know are really going on in life, do it matter? It matters for you and me, for us not to do it, but does it matter for society? Because society is still going to choose to do these things. Society is still going to choose to move that way. When we sit back and look at these things as distractions, are they really distractions? See, this is not a distraction of love within. Why? Because we ain't doing shit about it. See, if we was doing something about it, then this would be a distraction from what we are doing about it. But the fact that we ain't doing nothing, this is not a distraction. This is just another informative piece of information. They've had a tab on us since they created Social Security cards and birth certificates. So the only difference that I talk about is that in the midst of knowing what they have on us, it doesn't even matter. They know we're not going to do nothing. They know we ain't making no noise. They know nobody's done anything to cause a threat. Trump and them can do the worst. ISIS can kill people in your face. Nobody is in position to stand up and shut them down or look like a threat to slowing anything down. So that's why it's hard to talk about distractions. Because a distraction is really a distraction, because things we're focused on, it becomes a distraction. But yet the problems that's happening today has to have action. So if we had action and then this distraction came, that would make more sense, because we would show action and now we have a distraction to stop that action. But the fact we have no action, we have no nothing. We have nothing. We just have no filters and family members enlightening each other. It becomes a distraction to us in the mental. But it's really not a distraction because nobody has no action. Without action, it can't be a distraction. Nothing's happening. And until we get active, it don't matter. We yet hear, read, and keep reading and hear again what happened. And yet nobody's doing nothing about it. Nobody's shutting it down. Nobody's stopping it. Nobody's acting like it's a problem. Nobody's on nothing. So when we come in here talking about Epstein, QG125 in the building, fam, I see you. When we talking about Epstein breaking his silence and talking about what's going on in the world, we got to thank God for that. Because that is the quickest and that is the only information that is right and pure. Because he knew what happened. He knows what's going on. He can break it down to you about what needs to happen and the way it can happen in. Why? Because he's been on the inside next to the most powerfulest person in the world, Rockefeller. So how are we not to listen to him? How are we not to take heed to what he said? People are not ready for people that live outside of our means. People are not ready for people that live off the grid. No, they're not ready for that. Why? You don't really know what it takes to live off the grid. You got to be an entrepreneur. You got to be to yourself. You got to be so much knowing that you don't need the way of the world to live. That's what living off the grid is. Because when martial law happens, they're going to be looking for you off the grid. So when I employ you to be off the grid today, when you talk about being off the grid and living off the grid, no, you ain't off the grid yet, for real. Because the grid they have is cameras in the streets, cameras in everywhere. They can tap into any camera anywhere. It's a reason. And even they can tap into cameras that you didn't even care about. Ring cameras, anything. They can just tap in. So if we really gonna live off the grid, we have to be prepared. There is no conspiracy theories at the top of my list, Daniel. But I will tell you what's happening right now. Charlie Kirk, shot broad daylight. Tyler Robinson being the shooter, they claim that's cap. So when you ask me again, tell me a conspiracy theory at the top of your list. Charlie Kirk. A little within says, I am, and you're right. That's why I'm limited to this stuff they put out here. And that's the point I'm making, mommy. You're limited, I'm not. So we have to make sure we identify who we are and what we're doing together so we can know we in this together. Because if you're limited, I'm not. I can break that cycle and make sure you get the information you need. But it's always an enlightenment that we need as well to make sure we understand what's going on. So the biggest thing I know the property of land has gone up depending on where for support and security. So when we talk about who gonna get involved, when we talk about you moving your wants to your likes, and we're talking about moving your wants out the way for your needs, are you willing to move your wants out the way for our needs to take care of our community? Or are you willing to go through something for me like I'm going through something for you? And are you willing to learn that there is a lesson in every fall that we go through? Is the fall too great for us to see the lesson? Is the situation too hard to bear for us to take a moment to step back and see what we need to learn from it? No. I say that's a lie. I say every moment and every minute of the hour is a lesson learned. Anything we choose to do, we chose to do it because we chose to. That don't mean that it ain't right. That don't mean that it's wrong. That just means that the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life is still in effect. Which side are you on? As always, fam, you know the deal. You know the level. You know what's going on right here with your boy Dilla T, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. As always, fam, I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all taking time out to rock with your boy. Taking time out to make sure you get you something to eat. You get you something to drink and something to smoke if that's what you do. Making sure we informing, understanding, and be aware that if it walk like a, talk like a, we know what it walk like a, and we heard it be weaving out the ducks because it's duck hunting season. As always, fam, you see the Cash App in the Super Chat. Whether you win the live or not, I truly implore you to hit that like button, subscribe, double tap that screen, send that Cash App, send that Super Chat. To the raffle, one woman, one man will truly win a No Filters Classic hoodie or a No Filters Classic t-shirt sponsored by your family. Nene Love Savvy TV, written by your boy Dilla T. Making sure that we coming in, making sure that we always have to make sure we inform, understand, and be aware that we bringing light to darkness, and making sure that each and every one of you all understand that what we need to do to survive. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you all. And I truly love each and every one of y'all. Y'all see me, but I don't see y'all. So you know it's real love all the way. As always, fam, don't forget when you come in, you get you something to eat, something to drink, something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. You in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Always, family. Good night. Y'all be safe. God bless.